What is it with you F1 drivers? Always speed is the limit, always looking for danger. Can you all just lay on the beach and do nothing? But that's boring, doing nothing. What's up GQ? I'm Max Verstappen and today I'm going undercover on the internet. It's actually me. Cora? Never heard of it. What is Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc's relationship like? Yeah, it's very good now. I mean, back in the day in go-karting, our relationship wasn't that great. I mean, we both made it to Formula 1. We are both driving for two amazing teams and we are fighting for a championship. And that's all what we dreamt of as little kids as well, you know. And now we grew up a lot and we really respect each other a lot. Next, what makes Max Verstappen so good when racing on a wet track? Practice. Growing up in Belgium and Holland, it rains a lot, so we never turned around when it suddenly started raining. We would put the rain tires on and we would go out and practice, and that just helps a lot. You know, you get a lot more understanding of what you have to do when it rains. Post it. Wikipedia. In his first race, Verstappen ran in point-scoring positions until he was forced to retire due to an engine failure. Yeah, my first few years in Formula 1 were related to a lot of engine failures. Mitchell wrote, Verstappen drives mainly on intuition and that comes from years of training and preparation. He has a database in his head which he can use immediately. I didn't know. Intuition, but also experience. It helps a lot. From when I started in Formula 1, I only raced 1 year in a junior category before I moved up to Formula 1. So of course I'm gonna learn a lot in Formula 1. And of course the way I grew up with my dad, trying to prepare me and work towards the goal of getting to Formula 1 for sure. You know, it helps. TikTok, my favorite. So out of all the F1 drivers in history, who would you most want to race against? I get this question quite a lot. I would just like to race against my dad back in the day in his prime. How does Max feel about Daniel's exit from McLaren? I love them as teammates. Crazy how much has changed. I'm really good friends with Daniel. We had a lot of fun together as teammates. And sometimes things just don't work out. And it's better to leave instead of putting yourself in that difficult situation. I just hope for him that he finds a seat so he can continue to show how good he is. Twitter. I wonder if Verstappen has any big gifts planned for his family since he's dominating the season. I saw when he won his first race he had to buy his sister a handbag. It was actually when I scored my first points. It's not like if I win something then I need to buy something. But whenever they need something really important, I will always be there for my family. Someone said Kimi Räikkönen race against both Max Verstappen and his dad Jos Verstappen. And Alonso too, I think. Can someone confirm? Yeah, it's true. Kimi raced for a very long time. Replied, Reddit. After a false start with 2 retirements in the first 3 race weekends, the crescendo has gone up for Max Verstappen. That is very correct, sir. Couldn't have had really a worse start than what we had to the year, but we managed to turn it around. The cars got a lot lighter as well. We were heavily overweight. Once the weight is coming down close to the minimum weight, it becomes a lot more agile, and that's of course what you want from a race car. How Red Bull has that low drag? Question mark. Very good question. Well, I'm probably the wrong person to answer that. You have to talk to the engineers. Next. YouTube. This seems like a good time to mention that Max was allowed to drive an F1 car before he was allowed to drive a road car. Yeah. I mean, I was 17 when I started, which is now not allowed anymore by the rules. You need to be 18. The first year was quite funny. I was not allowed to drive on a normal road, but of course allowed to race in F1. My heart goes nuts during any moment in iRacing, and I can only imagine how fast Max was going during the last lap, referring to Abu Dhabi last year. Yeah, well, of course my heart rate was very high at the time. You know, it's been a long season and everything comes down to that final lap for the championship. But my heart rate also goes up when I'm racing online. You know, I also want to do the best I can and I also want to try and be perfect. Max Hall. My name is Max and I wish I could be an F1 driver. I'm only 10 and I want to be like Max Verstappen. I started a little bit younger than that, but it's never too late. Keep practicing. Instagram. What is it with you F1 drivers? Always speed is the limit, always looking for danger. Can you all just lay on the beach and do nothing? But that's boring, doing nothing. And what's dangerous? I mean, you can also slip in the shower and break your neck, or cycle around New York. Define dangerous at the end. Post it. I don't know what this means, but it seems special. Congrats. It was very special. I mean, it was definitely a very proud moment for me to be recognized by my country like that. Definitely very proud. Next. Hi, Butcher. Can we shout out Hannah Schmitz for being the best in the business? May the Schmitz be with you, Max. She's a fucking gem. Well, that's why she is also employed by Red Bull. Okay, that's it. I'm signing off the internet.